one of the other stories that there's been no name linked, but people are kind of trying to do the maths on it, and they've said Chelsea. But there's talk from Fabrizio Romano today that several clubs have approached Julian Alvarez, not only Atletico Madrid, but also Paris Saint-Germain are showing interest. No proposals or negotiations yet, but several teams are keen. Also, some teams from England. City want to keep Julian Alvarez, but it does appear now that maybe with a lack of first-team football opportunities, his team are looking elsewhere. Could Chelsea be the team? Could it be? It's not going to be Man United, and it probably isn't going to be Liverpool. Who do you think the English teams could be? I mean, I can only see it being Spurs or Chelsea that are going in for him.
I think
Chelsea,
Arsenal.
I think Arsenal.
It could be Arsenal as well.
I can't see City selling to us again. I can't see it.
Why not?
Can't see City.
You don't have good
I don't know.
relationships.
I know, but I just feel like it's one of them. Pep's thinking, nah, these lot are close now. You must be mad. You think I'm giving Julian Alvarez? I feel like he'll go to Chelsea. I think Chelsea, he just suits Chelsea. Like, you look at him, but whether he makes that decision to go somewhere where, are they even in Europe? Did they make it conference?
The
conference qualifiers.
Yeah.
No. They have to qualify.
Sorry, yeah, they're not.
Do they?
They're not.
Oh, that's
yet.
bad. That's bad.
That's true.
That's bad. But even that,
I wish it was us. I wish it was us. I really like him. I think there's
great.
so much potential there. I think he knows how to finish. He's very good at link up. He's 2-footed. He's surprisingly decent in the air. He's a player who I think if he was at any other team in the Premier League or most of the teams in the world would be starting week in, week out and getting close to, if not over 20 goals a season, getting close to, if not over 10 assists a season. And there'd be discussions about, big moves and big awards for the player. This year, I think he was a victim of the weird thing that a lot of top teams tried to do, i.e. Liverpool, City and Arsenal, where we all tried to chuck a striker in midfield. So Arsenal had it with Havertz and he was better up front. We had it with Gakpo and he was better on the wing. And City had it with Alvarez. Now, he was the more successful one. Didn't mean he was good, but he was the more successful one because he started some decent numbers. I feel that if a team gets him and just puts him in his natural position up front and gets quality around him, I think you can see a striker who's ready for that boom. You saw at the World Cup, he's a quality player anyway. He stepped up in the big moments when Argentina needed them. I wish it's not going to be us because we won't deal with City and we get laughed out the door if we try to. But I so wish it was us because he's the kind of striker I'd love.
Don't say
Nunes,
that. No,
what we need to do to make Nunes happy is just give everyone a little translator that just speaks Uruguayan, and then he'll be happy when they start scoring goals again.
Or Spanish.
On that, reports just coming out of Italy that Liverpool winger Luis Diaz is now ahead of Nico Williams as Barcelona's primary attacking target. So
100 million. Thank you.
I don't even want 100. I don't even want 150. Just give me anything more than what I paid for him. I'd take whatever I can get for him. I've had enough of that, man.
I've had enough of him. We can't rely. Yeah, him and Nunes, they really opened your eyes. Like last year, didn't even get top 4. It was kind of like whatever. When we were in a title race and we had those lads who couldn't finish, like that Man City game at Anfield, like how did we didn't win that game? I don't know, but yeah, I love Diaz. He's exciting. He's skillful. Just can't finish his fucking dinner. I should give him some tips. Same with Nunes.
Nunes and Diaz have the same problem. Nunes and Diaz have the exact same problem. They both have crap.
I just clocked that. Yeah,
Nunes is inconsistent. Nunes' end product is inconsistent. He'll still get your numbers, but he'll miss a load to get them. Diaz's end product is non-existent. The man's 28 in January and has only got 11 assists in 3 seasons.
Oh boy,
and he's supposed to be this creative winger for us. And he doesn't score to make up for that, like Sadio Mane done. Yeah. So what does he do? He's a player.
I get you.
Diaz is a player who will get you up off your feet because he takes on a man and then put you back on your arse when he fucks up the final ball. That's Diaz.
Yeah, all he really is, he's like Mark Albrighton, but a bit more flamboyant.
Well, he is. He just can't finish. Like that's it. Like so, there's no point.
That's offensive to Mark Albrighton's crossing ability. That
just back to the Julian Alvarez news. Mons, would you like him at Liverpool? Can you see that? Can you see Liverpool being a club pursuing it?
I don't see us pursuing it, but I'd definitely take him if it was on the table. Wow, pause. Wow. Great.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, you cleaned that up.
That's wild. No, but genuinely, if Alvarez was available for me, he is a bit similar to Jota in the sense where I feel like in terms of stylistically, I feel like they're both 2-footed. They can get you goals. I think for me, Diogo Jota's fitness record really does. It just really
ruins him. It
And
ruins him.
yeah, and I think as I think it was Patrick who said, if he was at any other team other than City, I think he does really well, especially for Arsenal. For Arsenal, he does really well. I think he gets 15 to 20 for Arsenal. I think for Chelsea, he can give them a different dimension from what they're seeing with Jackson. But yeah, man, from a Liverpool standpoint, again, Terry, you know from a long time ago, since the day he signed, my opinion on Darwin Núñez has not changed. It has not. It has been the same, and now it's popular. It's popular now, Terry. I don't know if we have had to speak about this now, but it's popular now. 2 years later, it's popular to understand what Darwin Núñez doesn't provide Liverpool when we're trying to compete at the highest level. But that's for another day. But for me, I definitely soften for Alvarez if I had the chance. But I just doubt Pep would.
Nah, we'd never deal with City. Yeah. Then again, though, he's done that with Arsenal. He's given them their duds, but Alvarez isn't a dud. Is the thing.
What you could say is though is that when the conversation isn't Alvarez has been offered to clubs, it's clubs have come in for him for his availability. So it could be an Arsenal because it may be, teams can be very cheeky. There was the whole thing about Chelsea and Grealish. Like teams can be very cheeky when they feel like a player is available and attainable. So,
yeah. Rahman here is, by the way, if you City fans saying, why don't we have any City supporters on today? We have a big group chat that's got 3 or 4 City fans in. If they don't decide to come on the show, I can't force them. It's this is also a democracy. Maybe that's why they're not here. They felt the tyranny of the majority asking them to come on. Terry, losing Julian Alvarez is like losing Sergio Aguero in 2020. We are keeping him as long as you. Listen, I look at it this way. The difference is that it's easier to keep your top players when you're on the way up to a certain degree. When you get to I always remember looking at Chelsea's bench in about 2005. And I remember seeing Robin and a few others of that level there. And I remember my dad just saying, Jesus, their bench could win the league. I went, yeah, that's scary. He said, yeah, but they won't be there that much longer. I was like, why not? Being a younger man, my dad being more experienced, said, well, those players are too good to just sit on that bench. So you lose people. City have built a team that's one of the most formidable England's ever seen. But because of how good it now is, there will be players that are on that bench that are going to be saying, hang on, if I don't start, Cole Palmer is a prime example. Cole Palmer would be a first-team City player if he was 10 years older. He would have come through and got into that team based on what you had 10 years ago. But the circumstances are now different. So I don't see him not going. City are actually quite a good club at letting players go that don't want to be there. So if his head is being turned, 100% he will look. I just don't see it being Liverpool or Arsenal. Nope. Because you were genuine title contenders. And I think it was different when he gave you Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. I don't think no one predicted you were going to challenge for the league the following year. I don't think he's going to give you a player that could push you over the edge. Liverpool, very similar. They're not going to give you imagine how how it looks. Pep and co agreeing to give a player that gives either of your teams 20 league goals next year. So that's why I see Chelsea and Spurs. Man United, we know it won't be us. It's not going to be anybody outside the top 6. So for me, it's Spurs or Chelsea. And of all the teams, Spurs are the ones who probably need him the most. An actual striker.
Would he go though? Would he go though?
I don't know if he'd come Spurs, and I don't know what his wages are. I know our top earners on about 200k a week, as in Son. And I think I can't remember who else. Someone else is on around that. I think Timo Werner's on about 180, 170 a week. Oh. But of course, we would love Alvarez. He's so good. And I think it was Mons and someone else just said earlier how good he is. No, it was Tom. He didn't have the best season by his standards, but he was played as a 10 behind Haaland for a lot of the season. But yeah, he still had about 9 assists, 11 goals. And he's such a good player, man. I'd love him at Tottenham, but I don't see that happening. I don't know. I just
and you know what?
But yeah,
another uncomfortable conversation that I've been trying to have this for a while, but nobody seems to want to do it with me. Arsenal swore that Gabriel Jesus was going to be the 20-goal a season striker that was going to win them the league. Now we've arrived at the point where they realize, we need a striker.
Well,
guess what?
Said that, though?
No one said that. Huh?
No Arsenal fan said he was going to be a 20-goal striker.
I never said 20 goal a season. Definitely,
mate.
No way.
You lot said that. What? You said he was the difference. He was going to push.
No way. No.
I saw it. Not 20 goals a season.
No way.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know who said the goal. Who said the goal? I'm actually curious.
Fam,
No
I
one
must have stepped in the. I must have stepped in the twilight zone, bro. Because
I don't know.
You know what? I want to show me these Arsenal fans. Show me these Arsenal fans because no way.
Terry, we've got the footage. Terry, we've got the footage of Arsenal fans swearing up and down.
I'll tell you what I saw by, and I'll be really honest about it. I said he will elevate us, but not score the goals. He's not a final product player. Yeah. But what he will do, he'll contribute. He'll be the guy that can elevate the goals across the team, but not himself. I think I always said it. His goals are not going to be any better than Lacazette's goal scoring record.
Listen. There's footage there in it. We'll just go back a couple years. It's all archived. There's no problem.
I love Jesus. I love him. I don't care if he scores or doesn't.
Maybe not all Arsenal fans, but I'm telling you this. I was in the Football Terrace post-game shows and all this and that. And I was the one saying, guys, maybe let's relax. City said they needed a striker when they had a striker on the bench. You're banking on the guy that was sat on the bench to be the one that delivers you the league. And somehow now we've arrived at the point where now you need a striker to deliver you the league when the guy who was supposed to deliver it is going to be on the bench.
But why are we talking about a striker, bro? You know, I think we're going the wrong direction with this. Kai Havertz went and got 14 odd goals.
Mm-hmm.
The Arsenal team create chances, and if Kai Havertz can go sign for Arsenal, play 2/3 of the season and score 14, then I think most guys they can bring in will come in and score goals in the centre forward position.